bells, jingle all the way.
Jingle bells, Batman smells.
Welcome back to Lesson Class Podcast, and this is the last of our Christmas entries.
Oh, darn.
Hey, I like the first one. You picked a horrible second one.
I like the second one.
All right. As always, I'm Mike.
Sikora.
And Tyler.
Tyler, where can they get us on social media?
You can check us up on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Last in Class Podcast. Also can check out our last video on YouTube where we talked about Deck the Halls.
Yes, sir. Deck the Halls was Sikora's choice.
Yeah.
My choice was Elf. Today's choice is Tyler's. And as the song we sang at the beginning, Tyler, what is your choice?
Jingle All The Way.
That's right. Jingle All The Way from 1996. 1 hour, 30 minutes. PG-13 rated. Rotten Tomato score of 19%, which is way too low for this movie.
I agree.
Budget of $75 million, which is crazy that a Christmas movie from 1996 had that budget, but Arnold took up $20 million right there. So, and a box office of 130 wasn't considered very successful. So, and director of this movie was Brian Levant. He did Beethoven, The Flintstones, Snow Dogs, and then career kind of went down after that, and he was doing like sequels like Jingle All The Way 2 with that one
Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy, yes. Which I've never even seen. I probably won't.
It's free. You can watch it.
Yeah, I'll still pass. Writer is Randy Cornfield. He did 8-Legged Freaks and Jingle All The Way 2. So looks like they work
They're
on
a
movies
tag
together.
team, yeah. They had such hits with this movie, they decided to make a sequel with Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, directed DVD too. All its glory. All right, first star of this movie, character Howard, played by the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger. Our first Arnold movie. All right, what movies is he in, everybody?
I don't know, Score. I think you should tell him.
Eraser, True Lies, Terminator 2, Terminator, and all the Terminators. Except for, what's that one with Christian?
Salvation,
yeah. But they CGI him at the end. So he's there in spirit.
Yeah, I guess.
To me, he's Conan the Barbarian to me.
Yeah.
Last Action Hero. It goes on and on.
Predator.
Yeah, Predator. There we go. Myron, played by Sinbad, and to me, his greatest performance. Who he was in Cherokee Kid, Good Burger, House Guest,
and I can't remember the other movie. I just said it.
First Kid.
Yeah, that's right.
First Kid, which I totally forgot about until you said it. Ted, played by the late great Phil Hartman. Everyone knows him from SNL. He was also the annoying neighbor in Small Soldiers. So
he was also the original Troy McClure in Seinfeld, Simpsons, and News Radio.
You are tired today, aren't you?
I am. You guys caught me on the back end of a nap.
All right, so we got the character Liz, which is Howard's wife, played by Tom Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson. She's in Larry Crown, Now and Then, Sleep in Seattle, whole bunch of stuff. Their son, Jamie, is played by Jake Lloyd. Come on, everyone knows he's from Star Wars.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you haven't
Wonder
seen
why.
any of them. We'll be talking about him later when it comes to the facts, for sure. Officer Hummel is played by Robert Conrad, and he just has a ton of TV work that dates back to the 50s and stuff. So nothing really poked out as like a main series besides like some Wild West series and stuff. DJ is played by Martin Mull. Everyone knows him from Roseanne and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Lots of TV work too, but most people know his face, don't really know his name though. And last one I got written down is Mall Santa is Jim Belushi, according to Jim. And I will go with the controversial pick that he was better than his brother.
I don't know. I'm not familiar. I've seen According to Jim.
Yeah, and that's better.
I wouldn't say it's better.
Yes, it
Isn't he in Blues Brothers 2000?
Replacing his brother? I don't know. I've never seen that movie. Probably don't really need to see that movie either.
I've seen that movie.
All right, and I think I always forget to say this, but spoiler alert, you guys.
Get down!
Another movie from the 1990s everyone should have seen by now. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want the movie spoiled for you, I guess turn this off right now because we're just going to talk about the movie.
Go rent it, $3.99.
Well, I still have it on DVD.
Well,
I don't need to rent it.
I did rent it. I could have bought it, but
I had to join up for Stars for a month to get Deck the Halls because of you, Sikora.
well, you would have. Well, never mind, because you already own it. Never mind. Well, welcome to my world. I've had to rent most of these movies.
Yeah, well, some of them have been your choice.
Yeah.
All right, so just open talk about this movie. We don't really need to go in order, scene by scene breakdown. We'll try to do it in order as much as we can, but I mean, the synopsis of this movie is basically Howard is a workaholic dad, and there's a really popular show on TV for kids called
Turbo Man.
Yeah, Turbo Man. There you go. And his son, all he wants for Christmas is a Turbo Man action figure. And Howard was supposed to get it, and he forgot because he's very forgetful and always forgets his son, apparently. So he goes out on Christmas Eve trying to find it, but it is the hot toy of the year and is sold out everywhere. And on his journey, he is in a competition with a mail carrier, Sinbad's character, Myron. And they're both, at some point, trying to work together, but then usually just fight against each other to get a Turbo Man doll. And we also have the next door neighbor, Ted, who keeps hitting on Howard's wife. He's like...
all the wives are hitting on him throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, he's an eligible bachelor. First scene, they're at the karate class.
He's
and
getting cookies. And
yeah, and he's like, can you come over and fix my pipes or whatever?
I've got the tool for that.
Yes.
What is a kid's movie? Hello. Like,
kids don't understand what they're talking about, though. It's a perfect balance.
They're smart, they do.
Yeah, kids aren't not smart. I've seen enough kids. They're just over their heads. So we get another running joke in this movie. Starts off at the beginning. Howard's working late, and he's hits his son's karate class. He's going for what color belt? Purple?
Purple, yep.
Purple belt. And his assistant already tells him he's going to be late, but he still leaves, and he gets stuck in traffic. And he decides to go on the shoulder, and he gets pulled over by a police officer. And this police officer will have lots of interactions with him. Many more throughout the whole movie. And I love that reoccurring character he is,
because it's never another cop. It's always
it's always this cop,
one.
and he knows, like, the cop just is like, what is wrong with you? He doesn't say that, but
he always says license and registration, please.
Yeah, he gets joy out of doing this to Howard, because Howard's just like, I need to get to my son's karate class. Oh, I didn't know I was getting in the way.
Step out of that car, please. They makes him do a breathalyzer and whatever.
Yeah. Walk the line,
Yeah.
say your ABCs backwards, which you don't actually have to do usually, but
I think they just try and see like how accurate around you are.
yeah.
But
Well, they use it to see your responses in your eyes and stuff like that.
that's true.
And then we get Jamie is like, mad obviously that his dad didn't come to karate class, so he goes to apologize. And that's when you find out that he wants a Turbo Man doll or action figure for Christmas. And Howard, he's just like, I told Santa, you don't have to worry about it. But he's like, no, Santa's very busy. I can do it for you. And then he goes to, the night ends with him and his son having a good time in the room playing. And by the way, that kid's room is pretty sweet. If I was like,
it was like decked out.
yeah, it's like Captain America's paint on the wall and like Hulk stuff, Marvel characters all over the place.
That's because Arnold's always working. Can't have cool shit if Dad's not working.
I'm just saying, I would have loved to have that room as a kid.
That was pretty sick.
Yeah. And then Howard goes to bed with his wife, and she's like, "You got the doll, right?" He's like, "The doll?" She's like, "Yeah, they'd be like impossible to find." It's like, "Oh yeah, it's a
the Turbo Man doll with the one catchphrase that says "Turbo time." Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Which is really, I think, my only flaw I have in this movie is Rita Wilson is the wife that does everything. She got all the other presents. She would not have put the responsibility into Howard's hand to get this doll. She would have got it a long time ago. I accept it for the movie.
The plot's gone.
Yeah, the plot's gone, but I'm just saying that's really the only weakness I really have about this movie, I think, besides a couple CGI moments later in the movie when Jamie's falling. So then Howard goes out, shopping to the store. We get another Phil Hartman's character, Ted. He's got a reindeer now. He's trying to make Christmas really special. And I think, Tyler, you got a quote from the movie when he's like, "You should wrap your
Yeah, he's
chains."
like, "It's getting a little icy out there. You might need to wrap some chains around your tires." And then Arnold goes, "Maybe I should wrap some chains around you." And then Ted's character's like, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, okay, whatever." Thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I wrote that one down too. But I have others, so I'll let you take that one. So then Howard goes to the first toy store.
Hell yeah, I love this scene.
There's easily 100 parents waiting outside, and it's like 2 minutes away from opening. And then this is when we meet Myron, Sinbad's character, the mailman.
The mailman.
But at least they captured the retail store person perfectly. Like,
Right.
It's 8:58. Let us in. Just like sign says 9.
Right. Dangling
Wait.
the keys.
Yeah.
Especially this time. You know those employees don't care at all.
Anytime though.
Right, but particularly around Christmas time when they're like booked and have to deal with like horrible people.
Like me.
What? Like, are you the customer?
Yeah, I always go Christmas shopping last minute.
Oh man, you're horrible.
No, it's better that way. It's my tradition.
That's sad. I try to get it done a month in advance if I can. I am way behind right now though.
Where's your Christmas spirit?
I have a Christmas spirit. Where's your Christmas spirit?
On Christmas Eve, you go shopping, and then you go to the bar after you're done shopping.
My whole house is decorated for Christmas except for the basement, but I'm doing that this week for the Christmas party I'm having.
That's great.
Grasshoppers all around for everybody.
Not this guy.
Yeah, just beer for you?
Nope.
Nothing?
It's a Sunday, bro.
You can have like 2 drinks.
I won't.
Lame. Tyler will.
Yep. Been waiting for this grasshopper since I've heard about it. So
Plus, Hanukkah starts Monday, so
So what?
gotta get on.
You don't celebrate Hanukkah.
I am this year.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you doing it?
8 crazy nights. Spinning dreidels, lighting candles, doing the whole 9.
I don't think
It's
you
the
even
whole 8.
Do you even know what Hanukkah really is about?
Yeah. I know. It's about the Maccabees. I could go on. We don't need to talk about it on this, but.
Okay. All right, so Myron and Howard, they're in line waiting. Myron, like, everyone's trying to get Howard to the back of the line. It's like, just let him in. He's just a dad looking for a toy. So they kind of bond at the beginning. But we already get, like, a little craziness when he, like, grabs the lady. He's like, I'm going to choke her. And, like, talking about, like, somebody else.
and then all the people are just staring at him,
Yeah,
just
like,
making a scene.
You shouldn't wear fur. So then the doors open. Everyone just dashes in, which is basically true. At least it used to be more in the old days. It's not too much like this since internet shopping. And both of them quickly realize all the Turbo Mans are sold out. And this is when we get they ask the 2 employees, do you have any more in the back? And they just laugh in their face, and it's so awesome.
Chris Parnell.
Which one's Chris? Him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that laugh on his face. And then the second one comes up, and he is like, hey,
They're looking for a
they're looking for
Turbo
a
Man.
Turbo Man doll? And he just gets this obnoxious laugh on his face, and it's great.
That is so funny.
And then Arnold finally bees Arnold and grips him up. And these boys shut the hell up.
Yeah, and another running joke in this movie is the 2 guys are like, we have plenty of his sidekick Booster in here. Every store is out of Turbo Man, but they have like a ton of Booster because no one wants Booster. It kind of just becomes like another running joke.
You would think
So they find out that
parents
someone
would get both.
Yeah, and the villain too.
Yeah.
But I guess you gotta be rich for that, huh?
I don't know. How much could it cost? $20? $40?
That's a pretty big toy. So back in 1990s, probably $20, which would be like a $40 toy now.
Yeah, probably.
I ain't made of money, bro.
I'm not either.
So then they find out that the last Turbo Man doll went out the door from a lady with layaway. So Sinbad and Howard's character, Howard, start chasing each other and fighting in the store.
I really enjoy how Sinbad has his mailbag throughout the entire film. He's always carrying it. Like he's always on duty.
Yeah.
Like it's Christmas Eve, but screw the mail. I'm just going to be carting this thing around.
I also love how he runs throughout the whole entire movie.
Yeah, well, he's got a heavy mailbag on him.
I know, but he does this weird thing where he like lifts his feet, like it makes it look like he's lifting them high, but it's just like a little bit. Like he's lifting his knees. I don't even know how to describe it. It just makes me laugh.
It's funny. It's funny when you see it.
So watch it.
Then we get a classic montage. Everybody of him, Howard going to all these stores, getting laughed at, asking for a Turbo Man doll, and them showing him like a Booster figure, and then
I need to watch that.
Never seen it?
No, me and Mike talk about it all the time. Though.
Right.
Pretty lapsop doy.
I know. The other time travel movie I said that you might say would be Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Technically time travel.
It is technically a time travel.
But that can be for like dumb comedy, like movies are just so dumb that they're funny.
Mm-hmm. I got a bunch of those.
Tyler, you can edit like all this.
Yeah,
stuff right now.
obviously, yeah.
The next like real main scene is the kids are playing Turbo Man at Howard's house, and Liz is baking cookies, and Ted is like kind of helping.
Well, it's just he just all of a sudden walks in,
Right.
Like,
But he's all creeper, like all over her, like, hey Liz, why don't you go take a shower? I'll
Yeah,
bake
that was
them."
weird. Like,
Really
she
weird.
already looked like she's been showered
Right.
and ready for the day.
She actually says yes. That's not creepy at all. It's like she's kind of letting him in with his creepiness.
Well, when he leans in to take the apron off of her.
Yeah.
and then he has like that weird smile.
Mhm.
And then we get one of my favorite parts of the movie. Howard goes to call Liz, and he answers the phone, and immediately he's like, which one's first? Liz. Can you get Liz? I think she's in the shower. You want me to go check? One of my favorite.
No.
Yeah. No. But at the same time, Ted's character is like, these
These
cookies.
cookies.
I gotta get the recipe from Liz. Put the cookie down.
No.
Who said you could eat my cookies?
Okay, give me a Sikora. You need to give me a put the cookie down.
Put the cookie down.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And then he goes to eat a cookie, burns his hand, and yells at the kids.
And
Pipe down, down,
Quiet down over there.
Yeah, but he keeps every time he like bites it. He does it a couple times when he's on the phone with them. Like oh my god! Like, isn't that how he originally answers the phone too? Or is that
I'm not
originally how he
sure.
answers the phone? Because like if I was a husband,
I think he
someone,
says
he
their
says
last
like
name, blah blah residence,
Yeah.
whatever their last name
yeah,
is.
there's like ooh
Yeah, once he realizes Howard,
Yeah.
he's like poking him.
yeah.
Because earlier in the movie, like when Howard comes home from missing karate class, like Ted's on the roof, and he's like, "What are you doing on my roof?" And he's like, "What's Ted doing on your roof?" And he like turns on the lights. He's been doing that.
I had some extra lights and I decided to put them up.
For
Yeah.
some Christmas spirit around here because you don't have any up.
Ted is working so hard for Liz in this movie.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Every scene that has Phil Hartman in it is just priceless to me. It's great.
Even his facial expressions when he's eating the cookies. He's
Yeah.
like,
This is Phil Hartman at his best. It's so sad what happened to him. I wish we had 20 more movies like this with him in it.
Yep.
Then is it the mall scene? Is it this when he goes to the mall, or no?
The Mall of America. Isn't this where his car runs out of gas? Or no?
That's after Santa.
All right, I'll fast forward a little bit. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, he runs into Sinbad again,
Yeah.
and
So
Sinbad's like, "Let's team up, bro."
yeah. So Howard runs in Myron's character. He's like, "Let's team up." Howard doesn't want to have any of it. Sinbad's just actually being a good guy here. Like, come on, let's do this together. Well, you don't want to do it. Calls him racist. I think is this the scene where he calls him racist? I don't even know. So apparently, almost all of Sinbad's lines were ad libbed. He could say whatever. So Arnold Schwarzenegger also had to do it back.
Yeah.
So-
I read stuff and it was just like most of the scenes between them two were just all improvised.
Yeah, which I think
but-
is why it's so good. That's because Sinbad is just brilliant in this movie, and it just feels so natural. Like I believe this character is real. I love Sinbad in this movie. I
it's
also,
just so funny.
right.
So funny.
Also feel bad for Sinbad what he's going through right now.
Yeah, he's
Probably.
carrying that mailbag.
We'll talk about that in the movie with the trivia stuff. So I think this is when they hear a rumor that like these other two dads are like running around like they just got a late shipment at the mall or whatever,
Yeah,
some
right
toy
here.
store. So that they're gonna race to the toy store, but Howard has another run. He gets in his car, starts driving, and hits the cop's motorcycle, knocks it over. And we get the whole you broke my little mirror. And then Tyler, what does he say?
License.
Why would he
and
back up?
registration,
He was. No one was
please.
even in front of him.
Yeah, that is stupid. Howard's not a smart man.
And plus, Arnold has experience with motorcycles. He could have just picked that thing up real quick.
Okay, Terminator Arnold isn't the Arnold in this movie. This is Howard.
Howard Langston.
Yeah, there's the cop. All right, so after that, he eventually gets to the mall, which is Mall of America. I don't think they call it that in the movie, but that's where it's filmed.
I'm pretty sure that's what the sign says on it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is this actually supposed to take place in Minneapolis?
Yeah, because
Or Minnesota or
yeah,
whatever?
because Phil Hartman's character earlier says he's going to release the Rudolph in Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah, okay. Well, I would have no idea where that is. So.
It's okay. Well, it's a reference to Minnesota and Prince.
Oh, right there. It says Mall of America. I guess
Yeah.
that. As many times as I've seen this movie, I didn't catch that. This area is where they did the first Monday Night Nitro
Yeah,
from
really?
WCW. Yeah, it was.
terrible.
Those are in the background.
I'm here to play with the big boys.
That's when Lex Luger debuted.
Yeah, there's like 3 matches.
All right, so they both get to the toy store, and there's tons of parents waiting, and they decided there's like only so many Turbo Man dolls. Everyone's gonna get a ball, and they're gonna do like a raffle for it,
An orderly raffle.
an orderly raffle. Which right with parents, if anyone knows how
And
parents are.
the guy's talking on like the smallest, like,
It's a toy
Yeah.
microphone.
It's a
speaker
toy
thing.
microphone, which
but
is
it's loud
great.
as hell.
I mean, every kid had one of those microphones. I feel like
Yeah, but like they wouldn't be able to hear him over that.
the only thing I don't really understand is when he's like, the price has just doubled. The like normal workers who are probably making like $5 an hour at this time are like laughing and smiling. Like,
Yeah.
no, they're miserable right now. They don't care. that
Right.
These people, they just want them all gone.
Oh, my boss is a prick. Ha 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 ha.
So no one's
Yeah.
being orderly. They throw them all in the air, and every parent is just like fighting crazy for it. Arnold gets one, and Sinbad's
No,
one.
Arnold doesn't get one.
Yeah, Arnold does get one, and Sinbad or Myron's character like sprays him in the face.
Oh, I was gonna
He
say
sprays
he
them
could
with pepper spray.
Yeah.
have.
Pepper spray.
They each could have grabbed about 40 right there.
Yeah, they're like in the main part, but they jumped up for some reason, even though they're both really tall. Either way, Arnold almost got one in the mouth. Looked like he had a wide open mouth,
I mean, I'm surprised one didn't go in his coat.
right? So maybe it did, but all these parents are going crazy, and so Myron gets the one from Howard, and then Howard, another good quote of the movie: "He's got to get the mailman," and everyone goes after him and like pulls him down, and the one ball gets loose, and Arnold starts going after it. First off, like, your odds still aren't that great. So if you just get one ball, like,
Right. Plus,
is
there's
it
a
worth chasing after? Like,
ton on the floor right behind you.
right. So then he chases it throughout the whole mall. The ball lands in this like stroller of this like little girl.
This goes everywhere around the mall.
Yeah, it
Everywhere.
just bounces everywhere.
Yep.
And
And
So-
nobody stops it the entire time.
yeah, he tells the girl, this is my ball," but she goes to a play area with the ball, and
I
then
think
like
that's CGI.
what
The ball.
the ball?
Some of it has to be, right?
I don't think so. This is 1996, so they probably. I mean, maybe. I don't really know.
I don't think it is. I think
Right
Maybe
there.
that one, yeah. That bounce was a CGI for sure. So the girl goes into the play area with the other kids, and Arnold starts chasing her, and he's like, "Here, let's trade the balls or whatever." And she puts it in her mouth, and he like grabs her, and he's like, "I need that ball." And all the
All the
women
moms.
start hitting with purses, and it's also just
You pervert, get
"You pervert.
away.
I need that ball. I need that toy. It's just so funny.
I got a nice shiny red one for you.
Total creeper, but it's so funny when he's just like, "I need that toy." And it's-
Yep, he's climbing through all the obstacles, like trying to get to her. Like, just wait for her at the bottom, dude.
right.
Plus, where's this kid's parent?
Yeah, she's probably
Like-
one of them hitting with the purse. at
Well,
the
she
end.
is the one hitting him with the purse, but like, how the hell did like the kid just like go from one end of the mall to the other, and then just like end up in like a toy pit, and then like the parents just gone, but then also the parents just at the end, and no one's complaining that he's like going through these like small obstacles prior.
Have you been to a playground with kids? Because I have 3 kids. I go to the playgrounds. That's how it is. There are some parents, they're called helicopter parents, and they literally follow their child everywhere they go. And then you have the opposite, which are parents who are nowhere in sight, and they just let their kids do whatever they want.
First of all, kid, why would you put that bouncy ball in your mouth?
I
It's
know,
so
you know how-
dirty.
It's so dirty.
Ugh, gross.
That's
bro.
why you don't really
You're
see
sick
ball.
now.
That's why you don't really see ball pits in most places, because they
COVID
found
started.
out
True.
that there was like poop residue
Oh,
in
really?
like 99% of them or something like that,
Probably a
because
bunch
kids
of
are
pee in
filthy.
there too.
Absolutely. So then he's like, "I just want a Turbo Man doll." This is when we get Santa, played by Jim Belushi, and what's the elf's name? Do you know? Or
I
what
can look it up.
Vernon. Oh no, that's somebody else.
I'll
That's
look
Vern
it up.
Troyer. He plays a little Santa
I'll
later.
look it up, but he's Mickey in Seinfeld. If you
Okay.
know him,
I haven't got to that episode yet. So Santa's basically like, "Hey, you looking for a Turbo Man? We got one." He shows him a picture from today, So it's basically like the black
I
market.
think it's
for
funny how it's
toys.
like just a Polaroid of it.
Yeah, well, that's how it was in the
Yeah.
'90s, bro. We didn't have digital.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but you could tell it's a
for sure.
scam the entire time. Like, this was taken this morning. It's like, really?
Yeah. How do I know it's not a scam? How much is it? We don't talk about price in daylight. So Howard goes with these guys to some warehouse, some black market warehouse where I don't know what they're doing. These products are like $1 products, $5 products, whatever business model these people have. It shouldn't be working.
Yeah.
I don't get what they're doing. They're all dressed like Santa and a few elves.
And some Mrs. Claus
Right.
too.
Why is everyone still dressed up in the warehouse? I don't know. No, like it's just them. Take off your beards.
Yeah.
It's gotta be itchy as heck.
Unless they get just people that come in there constantly. But
So when they drive in, they knock on the door. Password. What's the password, Tyler?
Jingle bells, Batman smells.
Yes, never grows old to me. I don't
So
know.
funny.
How many times did I say it on the playground with all the other kids? You still looking for that name?
Yeah, it's Danny Woodburn.
Danny Woodburn. That's a solid name, I tell you.
Yeah, he was in a bunch of stuff, too.
I think I've seen him in something. I remember him in the Burger King commercials for the stack of, like, where it's just like, it was just meat. It was like meat, cheese, and maybe bacon. And it was like multiple stacks. And there's like a crane moving like veggies. And he's like, we don't need veggies. Or like, we don't need singles. I don't even know.
He played the motion capture performance of Splinter in the 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
TMNT?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
He was
motion
also
captured.
in Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. I didn't see that
I can
one.
picture him in it though. Well, you know what? It's because the director of this did the one Flintstone movie, so there's probably a connection there.
Makes sense.
Maybe.
All right, so he's in there. He's gonna buy the Turbo Man $300, which back then is a lot of money.
Still a lot of money.
Yeah, I know, but like
For a toy?
I know, but that's like $700 today, probably even more.
Yeah.
And immediately,
Arnold needs it, so he pays it.
yeah,
Yeah, plus he's got money.
it's speaking Spanish, and he takes it out of the box and immediately just like falls into pieces,
A head piece is broken and an arm piece is broken.
and he like wants his money back.
All
but
sales are final.
yeah, he ain't getting his money back. Pause.
I got gonorrhea. From Seinfeld.
I'll leave that in there.
All right, so they're not gonna give him his money back, obviously.
You didn't pause it? I thought you paused it.
I didn't press the button.
Oh.
I just said pause.
Oh.
I'm not. If I press that button, it's just not gonna work right.
All right.
So then we get a big fight between Howard and all the Santas. We get, a Numchuck Santa. We get a little tiny Santa played by Vern Troyer from Austin Powers movies and stuff like that. And we have a big Santa played by the one and only Big Show.
Well.
It's the Big Show.
Or the Giant in WCW.
Oh, you see that? We all got a little piece of that song right there. So then all of a sudden, all these cops bust in, and it's what's it called when people?
A raid.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
raid. Cops raid it, and
I love this scene.
Howard grabs like a police badge
Because
with-
the cops are like, sir, excuse me. And then he just sees
everyone
like,
else is just getting tackled, and they're like, "Sir," to him.
Well, yeah, because everyone else is dressed like Santa Claus.
Yeah, but he's still in the warehouse. He could be upper management.
yeah.
I guess.
How dare you sell these toys made in China for $2?
Right.
Either way, he grabs a badge that looks like it's made out of plastic. Like no one, even if you're flashing it fast, no one's falling for
And he
that
flashes
badge.
it quite a few times. like,
Twice at
and
least.
he holds it up there for a good long amount.
Yeah, now lock him up. So he just says he's undercover.
Tell the commissioner.
Yeah.
He's gonna
It's
go
like
through the roof.
Detective Langston, undercover. And all of them are just doing from the heads over the eyebrows.
Right. You don't know, like no, you. There's so many things wrong, but oh well, it's funny. It's fun.
Can't wait to tell the commissioner about this.
Yeah. So Howard then leaves scot-free, and I think this is when he runs out of gas on the bridge, and he pushes his car to a diner, and lo and behold, who's in the diner?
I think that's a diner from the Mighty Ducks as well, where Charlie's mom works.
Probably because it's from Minnesota.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Charlie
There we
Conway.
go. Nice catch. It's probably true. I mean, how many
I don't know.
diners like that?
That's just what I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh, Charlie Conway's mom.
So we got another nice scene with.
But first, before they see Sinbad, he's on the phone with his son, Jamie.
Oh yeah.
Oh
And he
yeah.
has like the argument or whatever on the
Yeah.
phone with him.
His son's trying to tell him about. Oh, which gives me another one of my favorite quotes of the movie, because Ted's son names the reindeer Ted after his dad. So like Howard calls, his son answers the phone. She's like, "Where's your mother?" She's next door petting Ted. I die laughing every time I hear that line. It's just he's just like, "What?"
Like, what?
Just great. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So then like he's trying to tell him about Turbo Man and stuff like that, and Howard just wants to talk to his wife.
Yeah.
And he starts yelling at Jamie like, "I've had enough of Turbo Man." And then Jamie yells back at him.
Because he's just mad because
Right.
Arnold promised that he was going to be at the parade, the afternoon parade.
2 o'clock parade.
2:00 parade. Who has a parade in the afternoon? No one. They're always in the morning,
And it's just like on their street too, so it's not
Right.
even like
especially on Christmas Eve. No.
right. Just say it's a gathering of the neighbors at that point. Like
Right.
just the neighbors are outside.
All right. So then he's in the diner with Myron. They have a little piece, add a little alcohol to their coffees.
And then he leaves it on the table.
Yeah, he gets a nice little conversation about like building Jamie a tree house, and Myron has a pretty solid quote about like, we get one chance to not screw it up a year, and what do? We screw it up. And he talks about a toy he wanted as a kid, which is like some gun.
Yeah.
Some
Don't
toy
remember
gun.
Exactly what it is.
He
But
gets really excited.
It's a
7
real
guns
toy,
in one.
too.
Yeah, it's a real
Yeah.
toy. Never even looked what it looked like, but either way, he talks about how he didn't get it, but his like neighbor friend did, and his neighbor friend is like a rich billionaire, and he's just like a mailman.
yeah.
Because that was the deciding factor.
Yeah,
That's what
nothing
happens.
else.
You get a good toy as a child for Christmas, billionaire. You don't get it, sorry. You're working.
And then they hear over the radio there's a contest. First person to call in and name all Santa's reindeer win a Turbo Man. So they start fighting over the phone. They rip it out. They start running down the street because the diner guy is like, it's just down the street.
It's 2 blocks down the street.
Well, I like when they're fighting in the thing, and Sinbad rips the thing out, and then he's on the phone, and Arnold's smashing him on the table.
Right.
He goes 911.
911.
It's so funny.
So then we got Arnold running down the street, naming all the reindeer, and Sinbad is just struggling with his,
But
once
he's-
again, funny run.
yeah, but he's at least trying to lose some of that weight of the mailbag.
Throw
He's
some
just
well-
tossing
mails
shit out.
At this point,
Letters.
just drop the bag. Don't just throw all the stuff
He's
out.
got a job to do, even though he's leaving half of it in the street.
He's not doing his job. He's been chasing around a toy
It's
all day
true.
long.
Plus, does mail even come on Christmas Eve?
It's not technically a holiday, so probably.
I think-
I would not think so.
I would
but
think the Postal Service would consider it a holiday.
I'm not sure about that. If one of you want to look it up, we can talk about it. So they get to the DJ, and
Martin Mole.
yeah, great. He's so funny and everything. I've seen him in. He also always plays the bad guy, but
Yeah, but like the best part is when they bust into this scene, there's people calling on the radio trying to name reindeer, and they're not even close.
right, they're naming like the Beatles or something. I don't like
Yeah.
Jermaine.
Oh yeah, he's naming the Jackson 5.
Yeah, Jackson 5. Like, who doesn't know the reindeer? Or if you're so wrong, why are you spending the time to call in?
Right, especially like in 1996, you didn't have a cell phone.
Right,
Either calling from home or a payphone.
right.
Or maybe they did have cell phones, but
Well, they were those like the huge ones that you
Yeah.
really didn't. Most people didn't have. So then Howard busts in. DJ has a nice ponytail there,
yeah.
and he says all the reindeer. He's like, "All right, I won." And then Myron comes in and he's holding one of his packages or whatever. He's like,
oh boy.
"This is a homemade explosive device." And
You made a bomb.
Howard is like, "You made a bomb? I didn't make one. Millions of these come in the mail every year. I just kept one in case I needed it." So he's like threatening him with the bomb, like, "Give me the Turbo Man." And Howard's trying to talk him down. And Myron is just like, gets livid when he's talking about people putting like trash cans in front of like the mailbox and stuff. And like the DJ laughing at him and stuff. And
Are you laughing?
Right.
No.
and then he like throws it up in the air, and Howard's just like, "Hit the deck." Box falls. It's just a music box that someone sent in the mail, and he was just faking it. And we got another nice quote from Myron's character. He's just like, "Sorry, I've been under all the stress since this zip plus 5 thing," which is when they added like 5 more numbers to the zip code. I mean, the adults are going to be laughing at that line, but none of the kids, they're like, "What the hell? What's a zip code?"
Yeah.
So then Howard like wants to attack Myron, and then the DJ's just like, "Are you under the impression that I have a Turbo Man in
doll
here? No, you get a gift certificate."
Which is stupid. Why wouldn't you have one there? Like, you're a radio station giving away things. Like,
Sometimes that's what they do, though. It's just like gift certificates. The funny thing, I think Howard leaves with it, though. I think he actually takes it with
I
him.
think he takes
well, he tries to grab it at first, so then he doesn't get it. Like, he's like, I have a gift certificate. And then he like tries to grab it, but he misses. But maybe he grabs it later. I don't know.
So then they both decide to leave.
because they hear the
the
police sirens.
The police sirens, because the police have been called. So you go in the hallway. Myron's character pushes Howard into the CD. So Myron gets out first, and he goes to the elevator. All these cops come out after him, and then Howard goes down the stairs and runs into his favorite cop again. Yes. This time we got no license and registration though.
Great response time by the police. Plus,
Great
like
response.
7 or 8 cars show up.
Yeah, just for a DJ. Either way, Sinbad pulls the same, like, I have a homemade explosive device. Nobody move.
Put your guns down.
Put
them down.
So
Everybody
then,
sets it down.
So then Howard runs off, and Sinbad's like, nobody touch it. I have the ears of a snake. Ciao, baby. And then he leaves. So then, like, that one cop that's been chasing Howard the movie, he's like, he goes to grab it. One of them's like, what are you doing? Wait for the bomb squad. He's like, I was in the bomb squad for 2 years. And he's like playing with it and like shaking it all around.
He's like smelling it, hearing it, and everything.
And then shakes it, which no bomb squad member would just shake a present like that.
Well, Sinbad's being awfully rough with a set-on-set bomb. He's shaking it all over the place.
I know, but so and plus all the other cops probably would have evacuated. Either way, kid movie. So then they're leaving, and then he's like, we've been duped. This is just a everyday package.
Plus, when he puts a bomb down, why they just let him go? Why wouldn't they just get him at that point?
Right, just shoot him. If you think it's a bomb, just take your gun out and shoot him once he puts the package down.
Or at least arrest him.
So bomb goes off because it really was a bomb, and this is my quote of the movie.
This is Mike's quote of the movie for sure.
And Sinbad's running. They hear the bomb go off in the background. He just hears it, and he's like, "That really was a bomb. This is a sick world, sick people." Love it. There's never been a time where I don't at least crack a smile when I hear this line.
That's awesome.
Sinbad is just great in this movie. Love everything he does.
This guy's extra confident. Oh, hey, ain't no bomb.
Yeah. Of course he's fine. I mean, it's a kid movie, so you can't have him actually like blow up into pieces, but and he still finishes his shift. They just bandage up his hands, and he's out there again because he runs into Howard again.
Yeah, he's fine. That was a pretty bad bomb.
He's literally in the parade like half an hour later, already bandaged up.
He's just got that 90s. He's got that like cartoon. Yeah.
Looney Tunes, black face, hair up.
Hair's all astrew. Oh, and Arnold's car is just stripped.
Yeah, completely stripped.
Put on blocks. But they had the decency to write "Merry Christmas" on the windshield.
Yeah, that was nice of them.
That was his little gift.
Yeah.
So we get caroling.
It's it towed.
Has any of you actually ever had carolers walk around like your neighborhood? Because I feel like it's in every Christmas movie, just neighborhoods, not like downtown like cities when it's like Christmas parties or whatever or festivals. Just around your house. Every Christmas movie has it. It's never happened to me before.
I don't think so.
I think it would be weird.
Me and my family did it on Christmas Eve because one of our grandpas couldn't come because COVID air time.
Yeah.
So then we just went over there and caroled. But I have not had anybody come up and
That's
carol.
different though.
Yeah, but
especially ones that are dressed in like 1800s attire, complete with like muffs and everything.
Yeah.
So Howard goes home, gets dropped off by the tow person, sees Ted putting the star in his tree, and that's it. And then
that flips the switch.
Yeah, and he remembers Ted being like, I got Johnny a Turbo Man months ago. It's snuggled safely under a tree. Which is, awesome. Because he's like, I'm going to go steal it.
Yep. So then he goes up to his back door, or was it the front door or back door? No,
I don't even know
I
where
think it was the
goes
front
in.
door. Grabs his credit card, sneaks inside, looks under the tree, and sees the Turbo Man wrapping paper, and he picks it up, and he's like, yes, I got it.
Then he realizes, like, what am I doing? I'm not stealing from a kid. He's going to go put it back. But then this is when the carolers, like, start going out front of that house, and he's, like, trying to hide. And then
This is when he tries to go to the back door. He's like, oh, back door, son. He crawls under the the window.
Which
so
he doesn't even go down low enough. He's barely
But
hiding.
you could still
any of his,
see the head if you were outside just
not very
bobbing.
sneaky at all. And this is when we get the run in by Ted the reindeer comes in and like attacks him, knocking over the statue, Balthazar, or however you pronounce it. Head falls off, goes in the fire. So I think he locks Ted the reindeer in a room, and the smoke detectors go off, and he kicks the head because he realizes that's what's on fire, out the window at the carolers.
Breaks the glass, and Ted goes over there, and then they just see the view of Arnold's character just standing inside his house, and they all go rushing in, trying to figure out why he's in the house. Then they see Arnold holding something. They're like, "What are you holding?" He goes like, nothing." Just tries to put it right behind his back.
Like, so obvious.
And Ted's like, "That is Johnny's Turbo Man doll." But I don't even know if his wife mentioned I thought you got the Turbo Man doll. Why are you holding it?
Right, I don't remember her ever saying that. I mean, he's been gone all the day. Clearly, he wasn't just running to the office.
Right. That was a bad lie, and she should know from his antics and how he just reacted to the original. Yeah, I've got the doll.
Yeah. And even though his house was just on fire and now there's a big hole in his window, Ted's still just going to go to the parade. Liz is like, "Can you take us, Ted?" "Yeah, I can take you." "Of course I can take you."
Even though he was just groping her
right
30 seconds ago.
I think with all things going on, maybe just skip the parade right now, especially Ted, because you need to call your home insurance right now.
Right.
Get that window fixed. It's going to be cold.
It's going to be freezing.
Yeah,
There's snow outside.
Your heat bill is going to be insane.
Yeah, as homeowners, that's what me and Sikora care about. The heat bill, electricity, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
This is when we just get the drive to the parade with the kids and Ted and the wife, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're just driving to the parade. Ted's working his magic. He's going to go for it at this point. And
Even
Howard
has been going for it the entire movie.
Yeah, but this is when he's he
was going all in on this.
Yeah,
one.
all in. And then Howard's at home in the little fort that he built, Jamie, drinking beer with the reindeer that he punched out. They're friends now.
Is that a Zima? What is he drinking?
I don't even know. Look at that kid picture that was not drawn by a kid.
Could be. The kid might be pretty good.
No, some artists.
Definitely looks like Arnold, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely looks
Got
like
a nice
Arnold.
square head.
100% that was not drawn by a kid. Unless, we're talking, younger than a teenager at least.
Oh, now he gives the reindeer all the beer. He doesn't need it anymore.
He's got to go rescue his family from the evil Ted.
He said, "It's time to keep my promises."
The only thing missing is he should have been smoking a cigar.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, at least not nowadays. So then we get the parade. We got an awesome theme for the Turbo Man stuff. I really enjoy the theme for that show.
Yeah,
Almost makes me wish it was a real show. I mean, it would have been
I feel like
cool,
it would
but
have been cool.
well, it's kind of like a riff on Power Rangers, anyways. So
okay.
So in the parade, we got all these characters. I'm just gonna mention we got Ninja Turtles and Sonic. Go them.
And Cat in the Hat.
And Cat in the Hat, because once the two boys see Cat in the Hat, that's what gives them a high five.
There's just a menorah right there, too.
Yeah, menorah. We have these two really, really over-the-top, cheesy hosts of the parade with these huge microphone balls. Hi, Gail. And
very cheesy.
Very cheesy, but obviously it's over the top for real because that's how news people are. So I enjoy that.
Yeah. I like how they do the little clap thing with their papers, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids are on the parade. Ted and Liz are left in the car, and this is when Ted, Liz is crying. He's trying to console her, and this is when he really pushes on, hey,
He's like, "I think you need some non-alcoholic eggnog."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, Ted, I'm okay. I'm really okay." He goes, "I don't know. I think you need some, someone actually cares about you." And then forces her on his shoulder, and she was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I'm an eligible bachelor.
Yeah.
I knew you wanted me ever since you asked how to marinate tuna or something.
Something like
salmon.
that.
I don't even know some sort of fish. And he's like, all you need is Italian salad dressing.
And then from the back seat view of the car, you can see
Snoopy.
No.
I know.
Snoopy was not in the car.
You can see Arnold's view coming towards the car, and then he sees, Ted talking to his wife, and then he tries to start running up a little bit, and then runs into the cop again.
Yeah, runs into the cop who's holding coffee. Coffee goes flying. lands on the cop and all over his newly burnt hands from the bomb,
Yeah.
which had to burn. Obviously, they didn't use real hot coffee, but like,
Yeah.
I just feel it during that scene.
Yeah.
So of course the cop is pissed, and he just gets up and wants to chase after Howard right away because it's like, this is what the fourth interaction I think
Yep.
between them. So Howard runs away, and at this time Liz is still in the car and takes the eggnog thing and knocks
him
head in the
side of
head. And she's like, this didn't go well.
That didn't.
Guess he didn't have the right tool.
No, he did not have the right tool. She wanted a ratchet, and all he had was a wrench.
Yep.
So then Howard, trying to get away from the cop, walks into this like through the store. It's like a warehouse, and all these guys are immediately like, "Are you him? Are you the guy?" And like grab him or saying all this stuff to him.
Guys, we got him.
Yeah. Everyone's like changing his clothes and telling him all these like safety things and all this like tech stuff. And clearly at this point, I think everyone knows that he's gonna be Turbo Man, like it's in the trailer, and the stuff they're putting on him is like, to use your jetpack, you do the this.
He's basically
this.
telling him all the controls and everything, and then he also mentions about the first guy that got hurt,
Yeah.
and it was an accident.
It was an accident, but doctor said he showed some brain activity this
Yeah.
morning. That's a really good sign. It always cracks me up.
Yeah.
So then we also meet Booster, which is was it Curtis Armstrong, something like that? He played Booger in Revenge of the Nerds. He's like smoking a cigarette.
It's also Snot in American Dad.
Yeah, but that's a riff off of Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, sir.
He's still him. He's still in it.
I'm just telling you, bro. It's a riff on that, and he's awesome. He's smoking in the scene. So if you watch this movie on TV, it nowadays is probably cut from the movie, and you just get him with the suit on. So he's probably not him in the suit, just doing the voice. He's got a classic voice that is distinctively him.
He suits up real quick too. They just slap all this on him.
Yep. Apparently, like you would have think that the suit would be like really hot because it looks like it's heavy material, but it was like really like what you want to call it, like air cooled material and stuff.
Plus, like you would think, like he got real lucky that suit fit him just like it did. He must be.
It was a perfect fit.
Yeah, the exact size of the last guy who had it.
Well, Turbo Man's got to be tall and muscular, bro.
I guess, but the exact dimensions. Arnold's not your just random buff dude.
He's the buff dude.
Right.
He has a coat on this whole entire movie, so you
He
can't
has like
really...
6 coats on this entire movie. Like when he's running through in the first scene, like he has a coat on, and then his assistant's also throwing a coat on him, and then a scarf, and probably another coat.
Right. So then parade keeps going, and Turbo Man's entrance, Arnold Schwarzenegger pops up. He's Turbo Man, and he really gets in the parade. He gets really excited. They're like, tell him to wave, and he's like, yes! He's just, I can get into this. He's like totally loving waving to people. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And then the commentators, the cheesy commentators, mentioned that the Turbo Man gets to choose a kid and give them an actual Turbo Man action figure, but it's like special edition, so it's better than the ones in stores.
It's huge, actually.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Well, they released the toy in real life that Christmas.
Yep.
It's a collectible item now because only so many were sold because no one bought it. So, what's his name? Booster tells him, like, pick a kid because he's too busy, like, lifting the toy up going, yes!
Because
yes!
he finally has got it
I
after
know.
all this time.
Pick a kid because, Dementor is going to come down in a minute. So he finally sees Jamie. He's, like, pointing at him, you. But, like,
Jamie.
but the friend's like, it's me. No,
Johnny
it's
and
me.
him are like, no, he's pointing at
And then,
me.
yeah, what's he say?
Jamie.
Jamie, he knows my name. So he runs up there, gets the toy, and he's trying to tell him he's his father, but Dementor.
Can't recognize that he's his dad.
Yeah. His whole face is out. Very distinct Arnold face.
Yeah.
But Dementor shoots his thing down and, like, comes down, and it's not Dementor. It is
Sinbad.
Sinbad. It's Myron. He has taken over the costume.
Suck it.
Yeah, all the people are
Suck
booing.
They both got lucky that they both got into those costumes.
Yeah, what are the chances that both of them were those characters, too? Just
Right.
funny.
Yeah. Either way, it works out. It's a movie.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet costumes, actually. I think Turbo Man's is inspired by The Flash, I think I read. And then Myron's just sweet, especially with the water and the head moving.
Yeah,
Had
that's
to have been
kinda
heavy though. So there's gonna be I think Dementor, Myron's character, shoots his hand at him. Like their weapons actually work. Like Dementor has a hand that shoots. That's actually his hand because he moves his fingers.
Yeah.
Turbo Man has like these discs he shoots.
The disc that shoots, and then the boomerang thing.
The boomerang
and the
thing,
jetpack.
and the jetpack, all functional things they're actually going to use in a parade that can kill people. Like, so he's about to win. Is this one the demon team? Demon squad, demon team? I don't even know what they're
because I
called.
think Sinbad's trying to go after the action figure or whatever, and then
Yeah, Jamie's gonna run with the figure. He's going after him. Turbo Man's about to chase, but the demon teams comes out, which is like these 5 little guys in different colored suits.
and then one of them's like, "Don't you know the choreography?"
I know, it's such a funny voice too.
Yeah.
So they're all fighting. Myron's character chases him up a building, and Liz, the mom, is like trying to tell the cop like the cop's trying to stop her from like.
She's like,
going over
"That's
there.
my son." And
oh,
he
he's
goes,
great.
Yeah.
He's a good part of the show.
He's not part of the show.
But then the cop doesn't do anything to help after that.
Yeah, no, he just stands
Just
there.
lets
and
him go up.
Looks a little concerned, but doesn't do anything.
Climb to the top of the building on a ladder that's outside in the city, and then they climb up on top of the Christmas tree thing, which is not very like strong at all.
Yeah. Arnold gets rid of the demon team
Is this
Then-
one he uses his jetpack? Yeah, he
because
uses.
he sees, I think, Jamie hanging or something. Oh no, that's when he yells for the boomerang.
Right.
But you get a little like 5-minute clip of Arnold figuring out the jetpack.
Yeah. One of my favorite scenes, doesn't make sense, is he flies through someone's apartment building. It's like a family sitting down to have like a big dinner, and like they're like, "What the?" If you have a city apartment that overlooks the parade, you are watching the parade.
Yeah.
You're having a party. You're having tons of people there. They're all looking at the parade outside of your windows. You're not sitting down to have a dinner, like,
yeah.
at that point.
Maybe if it happens every year and you could care less.
No, Turbo Man's gonna be there. What are you talking about, bro?
Just
Yeah,
saying.
and there was kids too. It's not like it was like, just an older
Not only is Turbo Man gonna be there, but Sinbad's gonna be there.
and Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
So he finally starts getting the jetpack working or understanding how it works. Myron and Jamie at this point, the tree falls down, not fully down, but like,
But it's like
perpendicular.
sideways, yeah.
perpendicular to the building. So they're like hanging off. Sinbad grabs it. This is when the boomerang comes in.
Because Jamie's like, use your boomerang. So then he throws it. Then it misses Sinbad at first. Starts laughing at him. And then the boomerang all of a sudden comes back.
Yeah.
Hits him in the back of the head. And then Sinbad goes flying down into the cop truck thing that they were using in the
Right.
parade.
Like onto a present, I think, or something. But if anyone's throwing a boomerang, that's a very nice throw because no one's making that throw from the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Arnold can do it.
I do believe that Arnold could do it. Arnold can do anything. He's the man.
Yeah, he won Mr. Olympia like 8 times.
Yeah, all that stuff was like they knew who was going to win before. If you look at it, Arnold definitely should have won some. Some of them, though, he won because he was the biggest name, and it's basically full knowledge that that's how it worked.
I'm not gonna shit on Arnold's record for Mr. Olympia.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying it's very.
You just tried to.
Some of those are very questionable calls.
I
that
don't
was
know.
early-
Have you ever watched Pumping Iron?
Yes, multiple times.
All right.
Every guy has to in their life, right, Tyler?
Tyler doesn't know.
Documentary about bodybuilding with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno, who played Hulk.
Yep.
Got to watch it.
Arnold.
So at this point, Jamie's falling.
Coming for you out of the shadows.
Oh, I like when they're eating breakfast. He's like, "You're just trying to get me fat before the show."
This guy's fattening me up. This guy's psyching me out.
Great movie, Tyler.
Sounds just like him. Yeah.
that was a good one. Jamie falls. Howard catches him. This is where the bad green screen work or whatever comes in. It's, I guess, one of the negatives. It's not that big a negative really, but if I'm looking for something, it's really bad. It was bad back then, so if it was fine back then, it wouldn't be a problem. But it was bad. And we get Sinbad chasing him more. Oh, he pushes that present over. This was earlier in the movie. Remember, this is before they climbed the building. Sinbad's chasing Jamie, and that like present, the guy dressed
Oh,
as the
yeah,
present,
yeah,
it gets in the way. He's like, "Move, box!" He just pushes him out of
Where's
the
the
way.
mom? Why isn't she like?
Yeah, she stopped too. She's with that cop who just was like, "Okay, whatever."
She's
Yeah.
letting her son scale a building. Oh, there she
Right.
is. Finally, hey. But yeah, no. Even when Jamie was on the float with Arnold, like he doesn't even notice that it's his dad.
Yeah.
Like you're looking right at him.
And especially when they come to the ground too, because he's talking in his voice. I
Yeah.
feel like he should recognize it
Should
right off the bat.
And his face.
Yeah. The face especially.
Yeah.
So at this point, Sinbad's been arrested. Turbo Man, Howard, and Jamie are like walking towards Liz, the mom. Everybody's happy, and Jamie's like sad. He's got the toy and stuff like that, but he's just like, I yelled at my dad, and he should be here, and blah 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 blah. And of course, Howard takes it off like, it's me.
Yeah.
And
This kid's got no fear. He's on top of the building,
he doesn't have fear.
climbing a structure on top of a building now.
See, right away, if I was that age, I would have been like, okay, here's your toy.
Yeah.
Grown man.
I had no
chasing you.
backbone back then.
Yeah.
So Howard, they're just like, Howard?
Yeah.
Dad, it's you? Whatever. Of course, Liz is like, Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sinbad's like, he's being walked by the cops. And just like, I had it in my hands. I just had it. And Jamie takes the toy and gives it to Sinbad. It's like, here, for your son or whatever. It's like, oh, thank you. It's going to make him really happy. And Howard's just like, Jamie, I thought you want that toy more in the world. And then we get, the whole, the quote, why do I want a toy? I have the real thing at home.
Yeah.
Still probably wants a toy though.
And at this point, his friend who came to the parade with is like standing there, and Ted comes and he's like, his thing dug all over him. And he sees like that Howard is Turbo Man. He's like,
Oh, let's get out of here.
Jamie's dad is Turbo Man. Let's get out of here.
Dad, you smell like puke.
Dad, you smell like barf. So all's well that ends well.
All hail Turbo Man.
And here's something I did not know until now. There is a post-credit scene for this movie.
Yeah, I knew there was a
I
post-credit.
never knew there was a post-credit scene
Really?
for this movie because it wasn't like a normal thing in the 90s, especially for...
I think I read something that this was the first post-credit scene. I think.
I don't know if that's true or not. Either way, it could be. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just...
Yeah.
It's Howard and Liz are by the Christmas tree, and she's like... So, seeing how hard you worked to get Jamie his toy, I can't wait to see what you got me for Christmas. And he has like that panic look again, like, oh,
Yeah.
crap.
The same panic look that she has if you got the toy already.
And that is Jingle All The Way. So,
Very funny and entertaining
Yeah.
movie for sure.
do a quick rundown of the positives. I mean, we kind of talked about positives and negatives as we talked. We'll do a quick recap of positive and negative. So, Sikora, you go first. What are the positives of this movie for you?
Arnold's in it, Sinbad's in it, Phil Hartman's in it. Those are all positives.
All positives. They had such great chemistry together. They just make this movie so fun. Every scene Sinbad's in, every scene Arnold's in, every scene
I love it.
Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman's in.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
These cookies.
Yeah, if they had a real sequel come out for this, I would definitely be watching that too.
Obviously, the end credits scene set up for a sequel, but obviously they had a sequel that was not with the returning cast, so not really a sequel.
That came
but-
out like more than a
2014,
decade later.
yeah,
Direct to
2014 it came
DVD
out.
doesn't count. Doesn't have any.
But it was supposed to set up for a sequel with the returning cast.
Yeah, you need Sinbad. You need the late great Phil Hartman in it, which would be impossible.
Yeah.
Any other positives, Sikora, for you?
This whole movie is a positive for me.
Yeah. How about you, Tyler? Anything strike out as you?
This movie's just funny. Mainly Sinbad's character. I think he brought his A game. He was just so funny in this. All of his lines were pretty funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that mailbag. That's great. That's a positive for me. Just always carrying that shit.
Always running weird.
Yeah.
Always funny. Always his side comments too is so funny.
Yeah.
I liked how there was always something about to happen. Like it wasn't just a full on smooth movie.
Yeah.
There was always bumpy roads or obstacles throughout it.
Yeah, throughout the whole movie, there's obstacles done so well. The pacing of this movie never lets go, and it's an hour and a half, so it doesn't feel too long.
Yeah.
If it's a long movie with like tons of little things, it kind of becomes a little too much. But yeah, this movie is just so entertaining. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I think we already said all the characters just work so well together. The police officer story arc where he keeps repeating, I really enjoyed.
I love that too. Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to talk the last scene with him. Howard
oh,
is like
yeah,
dressed
yeah,
as
yeah.
Turbo Man, but he has his mask off at this point, and the police officer brings the Turbo Man doll over to Jamie, and he's like, Turbo Man, we could use a man like you on the force. And he turns around and he's like, thanks. He's like, sorry about the coffee and the car and the bomb.
Yeah.
It's just priceless. We can't believe we forgot to mention that scene.
5th scene they were together.
Yeah, the chemistry is great. This is, I don't want to say realistic movie, but like the stress of trying to find a certain toy for a kid is very real. Very real. Especially this is the year that the Tickle Me Elmo craze happened, where everybody wanted to tickle me Elmo, and they were going for like over $100. Like I was in middle school at this time, and all the teenage girls, like if you had a boyfriend, if they didn't get you a Tickle Me Elmo, they weren't a good boyfriend.
Dang.
And they were sold out everywhere.
What about a Furby?
Was Furbies around at this point?
I want to say so.
Well, either way, Tickle Me Elmo was the toy of the summer.
Do you know Furbies,
Christmas.
Tyler?
What?
Do you know what a Furby is?
It sounds familiar. I think if I were to see it, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, duh.
They're stupid.
The music's good, the pacing, it looks like a good movie. It's got the Christmas charm. All the actors are good in it. Any other specific positives from anybody?
Not really.
Negative wise, I just like it's the only negatives I have. It's literally if you make me sit down and force me to pick negatives, and that is this green screen or CGI or whatever you want to call it when Jamie's falling is really bad. I mean, even when it came out,
Or when he hits the building.
right? And
Yeah.
the story problem that is Liz would never make Howard find the toy. She would go out and get it right away. There's no way. But
yeah.
I understand if you did that, you wouldn't have a movie. So I'm willing to accept it.
Yeah, the only two negatives I have are, it's not even really negative. It's just that Jamie never recognizes his dad.
Yeah, that's all I got
The
too.
enti-
Yeah.
Like
That's
he's
literally
face to
it.
face with him, like as Turbo.
You should know how his dad sounds and looks.
Right,
He
like-
does it both right in front of him with the turbo stuff
right,
on.
and it's not like the Turbo Man shield is like blacked out. It's just like tinted orange.
Yeah, it's just
like,
a little tinted.
you can see him completely, and then I guess the other negative I have, but it's the whole arc of the movie for the police officer in the first scene when Arnold just drives on the shoulder, and then the cop's just sitting in traffic, and then just like finally pulls him over. It's like that cop wouldn't be sitting there. He's a cop. He would just drive. He would get out of that traffic, or at least.
Or just sit on the side or
Right.
something just to see.
Plus, who the hell's riding a motorcycle in wintertime?
Yeah.
Right. That's yeah. They wouldn't. Well, maybe in the city. Who knows?
I don't know. It'd be if it's. I don't know.
So there's just a couple more quotes that I realized I didn't say. There was one with Sinbad at the beginning before he chokes the lady. He's like freaking out and stuff, and he's like, and I know what I'm talking about because I went to junior college for a semester and I studied psychology, so I'm right in there. Just like wow, one semester.
This is just such a random
Yeah.
comment that's so
his
funny.
delivery was amazing of every line.
Sometimes one semester is all you need.
And then the Big Show Santa, he's like, I'm gonna deck your halls, bub.
Like that one.
Yeah.
Of course, quote of the movie. Who remembers it?
Your quote of the movie?
Yeah.
The bomb part? Yeah.
The quote of the movie, just to recap.
Sick people.
That really was a bomb. This is a sick world, sick people.
That's so
Laughing
funny.
right now about it.
I thought, these cookies. I know what to do with sugar cookies. 12 to 15 minutes.
All right, some of the trivia about the movie. We kind of mentioned some of it trickled through. One of the things I want to say is they originally wanted Joe Pesci to play
Sinbad's character.
Sinbad's character,
Myron.
Myron, but then they realized that he was too short next to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Plus, I doubt Joe Pesci would have done it because he just did the Home Alone movies, and it's like a similar type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I also know they went to Daniel Stern too, and I don't know if they offered it to him or if he just flat out turned it down because he didn't want to be pigeonholed as the same character.
Funny how? Funny like a clown? Anybody? Tyler?
God, Goodfellas. Tyler hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Great scene, one of the greatest scenes.
It's a good
in the
movie. It's long.
It's not super long.
It's pretty long.
It's
Like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, if not a little more.
and then the sad stuff about this movie is Phil Hartman, 2 years later, was killed by his wife when he was sleeping. Don't really know too much about the backstory on that, but she killed him, then killed herself. So he's no longer with us, which is sad because I would have loved to see him in like a ton more movies like this.
Yeah.
And then Sinbad, I think it was within the last year. Was it a heart attack or a stroke?
I believe it was a stroke.
I think it was a stroke. So he had a really bad stroke, and he's like relearning how to walk and talk. So all the best to Sinbad. Definitely love Sinbad.
Hell
I want
yeah.
to see him.
Yeah.
Detroit representing.
Yeah. Is he from Detroit?
Yeah, I think he's technically from Saginaw, but
All right, but Michigan.
yeah, it's close enough.
I'm not sure if I ever knew that, but
Yeah,
seriously amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
Sinbad. Let's look him up. I'll tell you.
Yeah, all the other trivia I've written down, we've kind of just
Benton
talked about.
Harbor.
Benton Harbor. That's West Side.
Yeah.
That's where they had those raids. Well, not raids. Riots like 10, 15 years ago.
He also went undrafted in the 1978 NBA draft.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Went to Denver
funny.
College. That's pretty sick.
Well, he didn't make it though.
Well, he still,
Was undrafted.
yeah.
You know, I
he
can-
still has it on his Wikipedia. There's still a slot that says NBA draft 1978/undrafted, position forward.
You know, I can put that on my Wikipedia though.
But
NBA undrafted 2003.
yeah, you could. But you didn't play basketball.
No, so
But he
doesn't
played
matter.
for the Denver
I
College.
wasn't undrafted NFL draft 2003 as well.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
NHL as well.
Triple crown there.
WNBA.
Okay, now I don't believe you.
What?
Yeah. Too far.
All right, I got a couple other interesting facts and stuff besides the ones we already talked about. Arnold was able to play a lead in this movie because of a delay in Planet of the Apes remake. Chris Columbus is one of the writers for the movie and left because of how many times the script was changed. Arnold then followed him and became the lead role in this movie.
Didn't Chris Columbus also work on Home Alone? What the hell is that? I can't read that from that far. Oh. Sorry. You could have just asked me that.
Tyler was talking. I can tell you now. What's your rating?
Wait, what?
What's your rating?
Oh, 5.
Ooh.
I love this movie.
It's a
I have
good
nothing
movie.
wrong with it.
I love it. I want to give it a 5, but I can't.
This guy's just dishing out 5s like every week.
Do you have any more? Go ahead and read them.
Yeah. Sinbad had originally thought that he messed up his audition for this role.
I did read that. Like, he was late for it because he was...
I didn't look into it, but that's all I read. But
I think he was doing something for, like, the president or something. Like, the first lady. I don't even know.
He was hanging out with Hillary Clinton.
oh,
Yeah,
that's what
he
it
was hanging out with
was.
Hillary
Yep,
Clinton.
I remember reading
So
that
he was
now.
late, but they still let him come in and do it. And he thought he totally messed it up, but they offered him the role.
I mean, he was with the first lady. Like, cut him some slack.
Yeah.
He was doing some shit. Some important stuff. Now, he wasn't getting drafted in the NBA, but he was.
The parade scene took about 3 weeks to film and was also filmed in 100-degree weather.
Really? 100-degree weather? Oh, that would
Yeah.
have been off with those coats and
Yeah, I was going to say. Like, you wouldn't think so, but yeah. The police officer that ran into Arnold millions of times was initially written as a female.
Never knew that either.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting because I feel like that would change,
The dynamic.
definitely be different. Apparently, a Detroit high school teacher briefly won part of $19 million after claiming the film was his idea.
Yeah, he sent in the idea to the studio, and then he didn't hear anything, and then 2 years later, they announced this movie or something. So he originally won the lawsuit, but then the studio proved that it was from a story that they bought, like, before. So he didn't win.
Oh, okay.
I know he was like awarded like $1.5 million, and then they.
Yeah,
then
he
this-
lost it.
Yeah, and then yeah.
It was originally like 16, I think, and then they bumped it down to 1.5 or something, and then
Why don't we do that? Just start pumping out scripts and hoping somebody writes something just close enough, and
dude,
then
do you know how much effort it takes to write a script?
can't be that hard.
Yes, it is
It's
very, very hard. Very hard. Everyone
I'm not saying it has to be good.
You know, every time I tell people I went to school for screenwriting, what's the first thing they do? Oh, I have this idea for a movie. And they got like one line.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is to come up with like one thing or like the start of a movie or end of a movie? It's the middle 60, 70 pages that is like hard to get through. So sure, great. You have one line. Awesome.
Continue.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'll figure it out myself.
I've got an idea for a script.
Yeah? Well, don't say it on here. Tell me in person.
I've already told you.
Is the one we were working on earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jake Lloyd got his role of Anakin Skywalker because of this film. Sikora, you should watch it sometime.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
That's another thing I want to talk about. The unfortunate tale is Jake Lloyd. He was great in this. He's a kid actor, right? And he was one of the best kid actors I've seen in a movie. And he was great in Star Wars. It's not his fault that people hated the script. And they ruined this kid's life. Because everyone hated Episode 1, Phantom Menace, and he got like harassed through school and everything. And it just messed up his life. I think he said he would have never done Star Wars if he knew what was going to happen. So I just feel so bad for him.
That's just so sad just
So
to think
then,
about.
what did he go on like a car chase with the police?
Car chase, yeah.
And I think had like some mental breakdowns or something. So he's in prison right now. And I hope the best for him because he didn't deserve all the hate.
Yeah.
And people need to relax on him. First off, it's not as bad of a movie as people think it is. And he was a kid. He didn't write the script. He just did it. And he was great in it, actually.
Yeah.
So give the kid a break.
No comment.
You'll have a comment one day.
When we do it. Right at the beginning of the movie when Arnold's on the phone calls, he's signing some papers and accidentally signatures his actual name instead of Harold or Howard, not Harold. Which
Harold
was
and
kinda
Kumar,
cool.
baby.
It's
Right.
fantastic. It's the great Arnold Schweinsteiger.
All right, I think we're ready to rate this movie. So, rating system. I always forget to say that before. Got it this time.
You said it last time. I think
did?
Tyler told you to do it.
I think I had to re-say it, and then Tyler had to edit it before. But we'll know that when Tyler edits that video.
Yep.
Okay, you can give it a 5, which is a true classic. 4, which is pretty darn good. 3 is middle of the road. 2 is should be better. 1 is it's bad. And 0 is nothing redeemable. As always, any movie that gets a 1.5 or lower goes on the wall of shame. Anything that gets a 4 or higher average goes on the wall of fame. So far, wall of shame is only Halloween Ends and all of its terribleness. Wall of fame goes to our first video we did, The Conjuring, as well as American Beauty. So, who wants to go first in the grade?
I will go first.
What are you giving it, Tyler?
Number 5.
Ooh,
Dun,
another
dun, dun,
perfect 5.
dun.
Love this
all
movie.
right.
Always watch it every year. I have no problems with it. It is great.
Sikora.
I'm going to give it a 4. It gets 3 points automatically for Arnold, Sinbad, and Phil Hartman.
I feel like all your grades have to do with the least actors or actresses.
Yeah, they
To
do.
get your
I
pluses.
don't understand
They
his
do.
rating system whatsoever.
You don't have to understand it. It's my rating system.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
my opinion.
I just don't understand it.
But it automatically got 3 for them. And then it was just a good movie.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's definitely one of my have to watch every Christmas season. I want to give it a 5, but I'm gonna go to
Do it.
No, I can't.
Come on.
I'm going to
Let's do it now.
I've already given out 2, and this 4.5. We're giving it a 4.5, which
Son of a bitch.
which gives it an average of 4.5. So
New one.
we have a third movie going on the wall of fame, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and that will, I think, do it on Jingle All The Way. So, Tyler, where can they get us on social media?
Check us up on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Last in Class Podcast.
And I promise we will actually post stuff soon.
Yep.
Will you?
Or we should have some stuff up.
Yeah.
maybe at this time.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes.
Yep.
All right, so as always, I'm Mike,
Sikora.
And Tyler.
and I will catch you after the holiday break, everybody.
What holiday break? There's no break.
Blah, blah, blah.
Jingle bells. Batman smells.
Get down.